This is the HomeTech Podcast for Friday, August 22nd. From Sarasota, Florida, I'm Seth Johnson.
From Reynoldsburg, Ohio, I'm TJ Huddleston.
And from Pickering, Ontario, I'm Gavin Campbell.
And welcome to the HomeTech Podcast, a podcast all about home technology, home automation, and all sorts of fun. And man, it is summer here, and school is back. I'm glad school is back in, because now I can get all those projects I wasn't able to get done over the... Wait, no.
Oh, you almost had us there.
Yeah, it's just as busy. CEDIA is in a couple weeks, so like work is kind of quiet because everybody's like doing their stuff for the CEDIA thing. I'm not going, so I've got my own thing to do, I guess, in conjunction with CEDIA, and so that's busy on my end. But I gotta say, I'm seeing all the booths and announcements being made. I'm like, I'm glad I'm not part of that this year, because that was not so much fun.
Yeah, I actually did not realize school was back in session until I took Moose on a walk today. And there was a bunch of kids waiting for the school bus. And I was like, what? Oh, yeah, school. I forgot that was a thing.
Shouldn't you be inside playing Fortnite? What's going on?
Yeah, what is going on? I have not seen any kids this whole summer. It must be school time now. So now I have to take Moose on a walk earlier so I can avoid all the kids.
I didn't even realize school was back in. I got to go now stand on my lawn and say, get off my lawn all day long.
Yep.
Yeah, see, I don't know. It's because like traffic's always bad anyway, no matter where I'm going, because I drive all over the city, right? And so, anywhere in central Ohio, I take the van on any given day, and I always deal with traffic. And so I never realize how bad school traffic is unless I'm next to a school.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was next to one of the schools recently, and there was already an accident with somebody getting hauled away in the ambulance. So I was like, that's a good back to school impression there.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, is speed as fast as possible to those areas in Ohio. The school my daughter goes to this year has a new principal, and they decide, and they lost a bunch of staff and everything because Florida. So anyway, they don't have a lot of teachers there now, and so that means like they had to redo how you like the pickup go, like so that they used to have this app that you use, and you can change like around 2:00. You could change like how you wanted your kid to get released. Like you could say, go through the car line, go over to this gate, or
is there a keep them option?
There is. Yeah, it was like if you had like an after school program that would be on there.
Oh no, it's I'm good. It's yours now.
It's like just keep her there overnight. It's fine. So they got rid of that this year, and they just went to this like tag system where they zip tie a tag on the back of the kid's backpack that has a number on it that was written by a Sharpie, and it's like, okay, this is safe. It's been utter chaos, and to add on to the traffic side of it, the line where you would go, where everybody lines up, is basically down the back side of the school. Well, that's down to one lane now, and it's not a major road, but a major enough road that was busy enough, full of traffic, plus the school traffic before, and you would kind of have to like park in the middle of the street and hope that people could squeeze by you on their way to like whatever job they were trying to get to at 3:00 in the afternoon. So it's down to one lane now with a stop sign in the middle of it, and it's just utter chaos. I know people getting there for like an hour before. So my daughter is luckily old enough now that she like and old enough and young enough to think that riding the bus is like a really cool thing to do. So we were like, hey, do you want to ride the bus? And so she's in for it. And you know what? There's only like 4 kids on the bus anyway. So it drives all around town and picks up 4 kids. And she's the last one on. And she gets to go to school that way. So she's excited about it. She wants to do it all year. She thinks it's the coolest thing. So, hey, little victories there. I don't have to go deal with traffic and walk in the 100-degree heat. I don't know. When it gets nice and cool, I'll probably want to go back down there. And she usually likes to play on the playground and stuff in the afternoon. So maybe we'll switch over to that. But right now it's rainy season. Right now there's lightning, thunder outside right now because it's just 100 degrees all day. So it's a nice option to have. Hop on the school bus. We'll pick you up in the middle of the street somewhere.
Well, you know what else is also 100 degrees all day, Seth?
What's that?
Las Vegas, which we are going to in 137 days for CES.
I don't think it's going to be 100 degrees when we go, though.
I don't think so. Actually, I have no idea how hot it gets in Vegas, but yeah, CES. We're going there. We're going to be there. A couple months.
2020, I wrote here January 2025. It won't be January 2025. It's 2026.
Yes.
Come on.
That's correct. Unless you can travel back in time. And if you can,
Why would you go to CES?
Go to CES. Maybe you're just testing it. I don't know. But
can you imagine somebody shows up like, I time traveled and I'm here at CES to show off my time machine. Like, why'd you come here?
To May. Oh man.
Well, yeah. If you did time travel and you want to meet us, and you're listening to this in the far distant future,
come back. Don't
come to CES. There's plenty of other options you might have to change the timeline in a better way. Go down that path. Let's see. Yeah. Well, we've got a couple of, oddly enough, there's no CEDIA is right around the corner. And there's no news. Everybody's kind of waiting to save their press release things for next week. I would assume we'll start seeing like stuff rolling out. But on CE Pro's website, they've got new exhibitors. They've got Simply Safe, Smart Showroom 360, which is a custom branded 360 virtual showroom. I guess that sounds interesting. Akara, we know that name. Sunlight 2, which they do architectural grade LED lighting solutions, and Neptune, which is a outdoor TV company. Deco, I think we talked about them a couple of times. They're the ones that make the little light switches that have the common back box that you can like pop in and pop out. And there's no like wiring to do. Once the back box is installed, you don't have to do any wiring. It's great. I really like the idea and was hoping that it would take off a little bit more, or they would have other companies that they would work with, but I haven't seen much come out of them. But they'll be there, so maybe you can go talk to them if you're at CEDIA. Next Level Acoustics, sounds like they make premium customizable audio solutions. Gemini, kind of the same thing, some home theater stuff. LiftMaster, the kings of MyQ, will be there at CEDIA. So there's your new exhibitors at the CEDIA trade show. Go check them out. A couple of things. A car might be interesting to see, and yeah.
I'm curious. Like, I was shocked to see their name on the list. Right. I'm not sure what they're going to announce. Like, I have an idea, but I'd be interested to see what they actually release or talk about.
Yeah, I don't know. I would probably go to the car booth. I would check out the Sunlight 2 booth, and then I would probably want to see the Neptune TV things because that sounds kind of interesting. So,
will they have the Seed TV again this year?
Yeah, I think they're there. They show up every year. All they have to do is sell one of those things and they're in business. So.
Yeah. True.
And I've heard people install it. So like I've seen a couple of people who've made mention of like how much it costs to put in and that kind of thing on some of the forums I'm on. So they're out there. People buy stuff like that all the time. So it's kind of amazing. All right. Well, we got a couple of HomeTech headlines this week. What do you guys say we jump in?
Let's do it.
All right. It's a new product released from Zooz. It's the ZSE 50. It's a versatile 2-in-1 siren chime device, and it's designed to enhance safety and convenience in smart homes. So this is pretty cool. I honestly, guys, this is probably one of the first, maybe second Z-Wave devices. I'm like, all right, if I had a Z-Wave network in my house, which I might soon because I did order that toilet paper roll holder from Home Assistant. Let's see. This device actually sounds compelling. So it's a siren. You can and it's got like a speaker. You can make announcements in it, right? You can upload custom audio files to it. It's got a battery in it. I think that's pretty cool. That's just like a smart idea. So like if the power goes out, it can still go off. It plugs into the wall. It looks like a little. Actually, it's kind of like the Unify version thing, probably louder because what wouldn't be? It's got Z-Wave long range, 800 chip, programmable alarms, and a little LED flash thing on the front of it. Yeah, I don't know. It just sounds fun. And it's $30, so it just sounds fun to use. I really think I might pick one of these up just to have a little speaker thing I can play noise out of.
So Agnes told us about this when we interviewed her several months ago. And she ended up emailing me and telling me that it came out this week, and I want it so bad. So I went ahead and just ordered it while Seth was talking. Also ordered a couple more door contacts too, because I needed those anyway. I'm excited to get this because I want to yell at solicitors when they come up to my door and I don't know them. And so I'm going to use some kind of combination of Ubiquity and maybe some LLMs or something like that. I don't know anything about that stuff yet, but I can learn so that I can register people. And if I don't know them, then it's just going to tell them to go away. And hopefully that doesn't backfire on me at all because I'm sure it won't. But I can also use it for Halloween, right? So as people walk up to the door to grab candy or something like that, I can have play sounds. So I'm interested to see what all kinds of ways I can incorporate this in my house. And it's on sale right now. It's $10 off, it looks like. So
yeah, $28.95. It goes up to $44.95.
Yeah.
And I don't know, what is it, this week? I think it's on sale. So yeah.
So by the time this episode comes out, probably not.
Yeah, too bad. Yeah.
It was on sale in the past. And,
it was.
It might be again.
I don't think I can get this in Canada yet, though. I was looking earlier. No, it's still not looking like it's available, but that's okay. I have their ZSE 19, and that was their previous siren in Chime. So the only difference is that one was, it used like 3, I think it was C-cell batteries. So it didn't plug in. It was loud and it was big, much bigger than this one. It had options of uploading audio files and stuff, but they were very limited. But this one's much nicer.
Yeah, and it's not $300 like the AI horn that Seth is holding in his hand right now. You can't see it if you're listening to the podcast. He's holding it in his hand. He still has not installed this.
Yeah,
so.
That's why he's holding it in his hand.
It's plugged in. It's
almost a tenth of the cost.
It doesn't work. What does Ubiquity do? It just doesn't do anything. Yeah. So yeah, it does. It does get louder. I think, guys, after the announcement of this thing, I think this year is the year of the siren, right? I think we'll have to say that, like, to get Home Assistant on the line. Say, hey, you guys got to change this. You thought it was year of AI or whatever. I don't know. It's year of the siren.
Unify sucks with chimes and sirens. I mean, their chime you can barely hear.
Oh, it's so awful.
And their siren, I mean, Seth can't even get this thing working.
What's it do?
Yeah.
It's not that it doesn't work. It just doesn't do anything. So, yeah. I don't know. Like, there may be something it does do well. I don't know what it is. I haven't like decided to install it yet because I kind of want to find that special use case, whether it's like special use case. I
think you're supposed to have that before you buy it, though.
Yeah, it just looks so compelling. Like, it had AI in the name, and I was like, let's get it.
Oh man, you're a private equity firm's wet dream.
It doesn't seem to be doing anything right now. I wonder if there's a firmware update for it I'm just missing.
No, it's not going to do anything. It's never going to do anything, Seth. This is going to be the product that Ubiquity forgets about. They're like, did we release a horn? They're like, yeah, it makes noises. They're like, good enough. But it says AI. Sure.
Does it make noises? That's been my problem.
You're like, somebody bought one. Who was it? Seth. Oh.
and a couple of people on YouTube said it's really awesome, but I still can't figure out what it does.
I have seen a couple install pictures of them, like out in the real world. And they're always commercial sites. So,
oh, maybe that's my problem.
It's like a construction site, you know. It's like to yell at people when they walk on the property, which is exactly what I want one for.
So maybe you need this.
Send it to me. I'll find a use for it.
Exactly. And supposedly I can talk out of it, but I'm not going to do that while I'm here. Let's see. Yeah, let's see.
Wow. For $300, that's pretty impressive sound.
Exciting.
That was only halfway up. Let's see what it sounds like full volume. Okay, yep, that's loud. That's loud. I'm probably didn't mean to click it twice, but it scared me enough where...
he jumped the first time, so I guess it's loud.
That one was loud, yeah. I didn't mean to click it again. It scared me, and I clicked the button again. So my
family's going to be very upset.
Your daughter's now awake, just in case you need to know.
Hello. Whoops. I didn't mean to click that button.
He did. He did mean to click it the first time.
The first time I did. The second time it scared me. So evidently it's loud.
It sounds pretty loud. You should definitely put it outside your house. I mean, it sounds like a good idea.
Doesn't sound like it's designed to go inside. Okay. Whoops. All right. So yeah, Zooz has the ZS E50. DJ bought one. I'm thinking about buying one. Maybe. I don't know. Now that I have this thing, maybe I'll just use this. I'll put it outside the house, aim it back inside, and it'll actually be louder than this stupid plug-in chime that sits in the kitchen and makes noise allegedly. So there we go. All right, let's move on here. We've got AirGradient joining the Works with Home Assistant program. They do DIY air quality monitoring solutions. They've officially joined the Work with Home Assistant program. Welcome, AirGradient, to the fold, I guess. I mean, everybody's doing this these days. This seems like the thing to do. joins with works with Home Assistant. So
I think, it is the thing to do because they realize how big Home Assistant is now and the install base and, just having your name there as we work with Home Assistant. I think it is the thing to do. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of companies in the lineup right now.
I wonder how many, if they got a list of them. Jasco, Eve, Home, Seer, Leviton, Nuki, Apollo, Rayolink. I'd be interested to see like if there's more. What we really need to have is like someone like Crestron or Control 4 be like, yeah, we work with Home Assistant.
Josh AI.
Yeah, Josh AI. But then I don't think they want to admit to their install base that they use Home Assistant. So
yeah, I think they have, but like,
well, yeah, they've definitely said it in public. I don't think it's like a thing, but I don't think they don't want to like advertise it.
Right. It just kind of enables a bunch of integrations that they kind of piggyback off of, which is fine because I think there's another company that we've talked about in the past, and I can't remember their name, that TJ bought one.
Oh, Anovo.
Anovo? Yeah. So they make they kind of piggyback off the Home Assistant. And I've been using Alan Chow's driver for Home Assistant and Control 4, and it kind of brings the Home Assistant integrations into Control 4 nicely. They've done a great job with that. It doesn't go the other way. It just goes one way. But I kind of want something to go the other way. So, yeah. One of these days.
Yeah, I kind of like this. I think I've heard of this AirGradient company, but I've never actually looked at their products or anything. I like this. I like that the price isn't too bad, and you can actually make it yourself too, which is nice. But if you want to buy it yourself, the indoor one is $215. The outdoor one is $225. US. Well, of course. Or $230 for the indoor one. That's not terrible. It's open source. I mean, you pretty much do a lot, whatever you want to it. And it's publicly available information too, so you can have a little spot. And I was just looking at my area. There's only one person with one, and they're not too far from me, so I could always put mine on the map too. That way, others have access to that.
It monitors PM, CO2, TVOCs, and NOx, temperature and humidity. That's kind of nice.
Yeah,
PM25. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, and the kits are available for much cheaper. So I haven't looked in the kit yet, but I assume you build it yourself, and it's available for $138 for the indoor one. So basically half price.
There is nowhere near me that is running this thing. They're out in the middle of Florida, up by Tampa, 2 people in Orlando. That's pretty cool, though. Like, I can just look on here and see that Florida has green air, which means it must be good.
Yeah, and you can see the history of it.
A couple places with bad air. Wow, that's neat. That's neat.
This is a good works with Home Assistant partner.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, we got another thing coming from Google that's interesting. Google has introduced Gemini for the home. So they're going to finally bring the voice assistant, the Google AI platform, advancements for more natural and contextual interaction into the home product. So this will be pretty nice for anyone who's interacting with their Google Assistant. It'll be a nice upgrade. So I know one of us is moved to Android recently. I don't know if that means that everything in his life is going to be moving to Android, but maybe this is something that TJ will report on.
Maybe. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. You got LLMs now. Congratulations.
Limbs.
It's pretty cool. I like here that on The Verge they say it's lagging behind. Amazon's generative AI powered Alexa Plus is already in millions of households. Okay,
is it though?
Whatever.
Is it?
It's in millions of households, and people
technically probably yes. But are people using it? Are millions of people using it? I doubt it.
Millions of people don't even know they have it.
Yeah, they released it to all the people that are above like 80 years old first. And that way, nobody could report on it, but they could report that large install base.
Well, cool. That's very cool. These LLMs and the new voice capabilities and everything. It'd be nice to have the little in the box assistants have better like feel when you talk to them. Like it is an upgrade no matter what. Even if they get stuff wrong, it's still a better, more fluid interaction, I guess. It's kind of nice to use. So, very cool. We'll have to see how that works out for people. All the links and topics we discussed tonight can be found over in our show notes over at HomeTech.fm/539. All All right, pick of the week. And this has been sitting here for a while. Gavin, you put this one in. This is an article over at Tom's Hardware. Someone taught a bird to sing, and they've been able to store a file up to 2 megabytes in the song of this bird. They programmed a bird to sing, I don't know, a picture. There you go.
Basically, they took data and converted it to like audio waveforms and then taught it to a bird. And the bird learned it and everything. And then up to 2 megabyte, they then have the bird sing it back and they can convert it back into data. Right. And it was about 2 megabytes per second that they were able to recall. You know what? It's actually pretty amazing. You know, like
it's 2 megabytes, not 2 megabytes of data. It's 2 megabytes per second.
Yeah, I don't know how much data a bird can remember.
It's 5K of data. Yeah.
Bird brain. But can you imagine using this, like, you know, in wartime? You teach a bird a little cryptid message or something, and they send it off, and it goes back and sings it on the other end, and you know, like it's pretty impressive that they actually. My other question is, who actually thought to try this? You know, it's kind of like, you know, there's certain things I always like. Who was the first person to say, hey, look at that round thing. Let me crack it open, eat what's inside. You know, like, who thought to do this? Why? What were they thinking? But it's cool.
Yeah, if this doesn't feed into the whole birds aren't real thing that goes around, I don't know what else would, you know, because this is totally, these are robots, you know?
Oh, man, you get robots. 3 birds in there. You could have RAID 5, you know, like you can expand this so much, right? Redundancies, everything, you know?
They always talk about sending a carrier pigeon with a message, you know, attached to their leg or whatever, but you could just send it with a pre-recorded message.
Yeah, exactly. You can have
Could you imagine walking around a forest and you hear a bunch of these birds that got lost on the way and they're just repeating these random songs and stuff?
This could be the future of piracy. You're sending a flock of birds around the neighborhood, you know? If the internet ever goes down, you know?
That's too good. This video that is in this article, this is part of a little part of what he did, a little part of this video, but he goes into all the bird tech products too. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch this one and check it out. So it's talking about BirdNet Pi and some other like audio devices and that kind of thing. So I'll have to check this out. Always something to buy when it comes to bird technology, bird tech. I'm gonna program my birds to sing images. That's crazy. That's just crazy. Somebody thought of this, and then this bird's going around singing to other ladybirds, and they're like, "What's wrong with you?" He broke this bird, so he'd sing a PNG file. Now he'll never reproduce. All right. If you have any feedback, questions, ideas for the show, or picks of the week, give us a shout. Our email address is feedback@HomeTech.fm, or you can head on over to HomeTech.fm/feedback and fill out the online form. All right, product updates. Gavin, why don't you go first?
Me?
Yeah, you're up first.
Sure. All right. What have I been working on? A lot of stuff I post on our Mastodon server, by the way. So HomeTech.social. Just want to give a shout out, you know, to that. You know, I do all the approvals.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, I approve pretty much everybody.
I do all the updates.
You know.
Just full of fake people by now.
Yeah. If you got kicked off, it's Seth that does the kickoff.
Yeah, so, I'm the mean one.
Like, yeah, he's the mean one. I'm good copies, bad cop. But recently I did a server. I upgraded my server's network cards to 10G. So now I got 10Gs on my servers. I have 2 servers, by the way, and they're, you know, connected to the switch, and it's pretty nice. But the nice part about it is because I have older servers. I have the Dell R730s. They're a number of years old, right? But buying parts for those servers is so cheap. You can find them in China and stuff for like so cheap.
Yeah.
So the network cards cost me like $30 or something like that, and I just threw them in, and they're now zipping away. So, you know, if you ever want to put a rack in your basement and a server, you know, ping me. I'll help you spend money. Don't worry.
I think I have a 730.
Yeah, I think you have the same one. Yes.
Yeah, they're nice.
You know what? They're very reliable. Like, this thing's been just chugging away and doing its thing, and I've been happy with it. It can be loud with the fans, but there are tricks to tame them down and stuff like that. So I have that all sorted out now. Right. So that was one project. One thing I saw in the Harmony, the Logitech forums. So apparently for the Harmony hubs that Logitech no longer supports, they released a recent firmware update for them. But they announced it like a day or so before, it had to go in place. And they said, if you don't do it by this day, then your remotes or your hubs may stop working, and you'll have to manually flash them. The good news is if your hub's online, it probably got the update automatically. I checked all mine and they were all up to date automatically. So that's the good news.
Oh, cool.
But my backup hubs now, since it's past the day, because I didn't see this till after the day, I probably am going to have to manually update them whenever I need to pull them out. I have 2 backups just in case, got them for cheap. Not going to complain. So if you're in the Harmony ecosystem, keep that in mind. I did see an unfolded circle video recently. Someone got one and they were showing it and that looked really cool. That looked like a replacement, but we'll talk. It's another day. A lot more expensive. I know I mentioned the nav bar add-on for Home Assistant. It lets you design a little navigation bar, on your home screen. It just takes your dashboards to the next level. They've been doing some new updates recently that are really nice. Like recently they added a feature to make it's a floating nav bar. So that looks kind of cool, more up to date with iOS like 26 type of style. But they also added like a floating media player bar that you can now add on to it. So when something's playing, it shows, I think it's similar to like, is it the Sonos app that has that at the bottom there? When something's playing or you can control it. Yeah, it's similar to that. So it's really cool, really easy to implement. This is one of those plugins, add-ons, dashboard cards, whatever that I really like. And, check it out. It's called Navbar. And then finally, I haven't played with it long. I just actually installed it today. So I'll give you my initial impressions of this. I got my hands on the Droplet. It's a water monitoring solution for the home. It basically wraps around the main pipe coming into your house, right? You can put it after or before the water meter, but you just wrap it around. Installation's so easy, and it will monitor the flow of water and create all the reports and everything off of that, right? So it's made by a company called Hydrific, and again, it's called the Droplet. I got my hands on it. It's not available in Canada. I think this is a US only product at this point. I've reached out to them to ask them if they will be expanding it. But the reason I was excited about this is I saw that they
got different water there in Canada as well.
Probably, But the reason why I was excited about this is because I saw recently they added support for Home Assistant, right? So that's why, got one in my hand, started playing with it. Installation, it couldn't have been easier. You wrap it
just
around.
Like clips on.
Yeah. You wrap it around a pipe and then it does some calibration and then it's like, congratulations, you're all set up, right? I had to go through some hoops in the app because they don't have the app designed for Canada addresses, or, other things that are very location specific. But once I got around all that, it was up, running. You flush a toilet and bam, it shows up like real time. The integration with Home Assistant, what they did is they do it through MQTT. So they basically just publish the flow rate to MQTT, and then in Home Assistant, you'll see entity there, and you can create all sorts of actions on it, monitoring, et cetera, et cetera. But the app itself also does all that monitoring and stuff. So you can create like notifications if things are running too low, if their flow rate's high, their flow rate's low, et cetera, et cetera. So, the app is pretty well designed. But in terms of the integration, that's all they expose. It's just the flow rate, right? If you wanted more details, you have to actually use their app. Now, I understand why they do this. I mean, they want you to use their app, right? It makes sense. Their app is actually a nice looking app. It presents the data really nice to you, so it's really easy to understand. And you could do things like tag events. So if you flush a toilet and you see it showing up, you could tag that event as like, this is master bedroom toilet that I was flushing. And then what it does is it kind of teaches their algorithm. So later on down the road, it will know when it detects whatever it's detecting that was because of the master bedroom toilet. And then I guess in the future, they're working towards that. Eventually it will know what devices are doing what and using the most water and can categorize it. It looks like they're now adding that kind of learning and categorization, but that will be cool because, for a device that just clamps on the pipe, it's giving you a lot of information, right? So I kind of wish they gave more data to Home Assistant, but I do understand it. The good news is it's a local integration through MQTT, so it's locally from the device. The bad news is I think you still need the internet for this device, right? Because you're still going to go to the app. The app's still going to go to their servers. The server's still going to pull the data from the device. It's not a local only device. You can't cut it off from the internet, but I'm okay with that. If a device sends some information to their servers, I'm okay with that if they give me local integration as well. Depending on what information, of course, they're sending. But this is one of those things. Maybe in the future they'll expand the API a bit, but who knows?
Is it a Wi-Fi device?
Yes,
I guess it is, right?
It's a Wi-Fi
Okay, so there's not like a hub or a base station that goes on.
Nope, it's just one simple device with a USB-C cable. The hardest part is where my water main is. I don't have a plug nearby it.
Yeah.
So, but I did have like a active USB extension cable. So I just threw that on and then ran it all the way to a power thing, and it works fine. So I'm really impressed. But again, this is just one day of me, playing around with it. I will definitely report back in a few weeks. I see people, I posted on Mastodon, and I see people hit me up with some questions. I got to get back to them. But, I think this is one of those devices that a lot of people are interested in.
Yeah. I mean, the install is not bad because you don't have to be a plumber. Like the Flow I have, it exposes a lot more through their server API. It's not a local API, but then you got to cut your pipes to install it. That's pretty cool. And this gives you, so over the MQTT, it'll stream out the real-time flow rate, which is nice because then you can see if water's running.
Yep.
Network connection status. That's great. And then the signal quality received by the ultrasonic sensor. That's all that they're sending over MQTT right now. Maybe in the future they'll shoot out a message. I guess they don't. They're probably just deriving. This is like the Sense device I have for the electricity, right?
Yes.
It just kind of figures out based on algorithms and training data what refrigerator is running or if the air conditioner is running or that kind of thing. Because it doesn't have clamps that go on every single line in the house like the other thing I haven't installed does.
Yeah.
but this is kind of like that where you're just clamping on the pipe and it'll, like you said, figure out if you flush the toilet, if you're running a sink or dishwasher running or that kind of thing. So this really, I like this. It's smart. It's a good idea.
Yeah. So
I use something similar called Flume, but it read the whatever signal that the actual water meter sent.
Yeah.
And when they upgraded my water meter, it was no longer compatible, and Flume said it wasn't. And so I need a new alternative to that because really I just care if water's running. If I'm, away at work or something like that, and I get a notification that water is running, something's wrong because I should not have water running when I'm not at home. And that's basically all I care about. It would be nice to know how much water I use, but I just care if the water's running. And last year it actually saved me a lot of money because it notified me that my irrigation line was continuously running, and that happened again this year. And I did not catch up for 2 days. So that would have been nice.
Yep.
So I'm gonna have to look into this.
Yeah, I think TJ, in your case, you would like this probably.
Yeah, and this is perfect. We're not this house. It would be nice if we redid the plumbing to add a smart shut off, a Mow and Flow or whatever else, so I could get that fine, being able to actually shut it off and everything. But that's thousands of dollars. Our plumbing is not very good for this at the moment. And so I think it would cost $1,500 plus the device to actually get some kind of water reading installed. So $200 sounds a lot better than $1,500.
Yeah, smart. I was looking at the smart shutoffs, but then my main valve is how do you explain it? It's the one that you just keep turning.
It's the gate valve. Yeah.
Whereas
it's the ball valve. The gate valve's the quarter turn one.
Yeah, and I'll need the quarter turn one. So I was thinking of putting the quarter turn one after the main valve because it doesn't really matter if it's after. And then I can put a water shut off right there. I have the room, I have the pipe for it. I'll just tell my neighbor to do it and give him a 6-pack of beer, and it'll get done. So yeah, the hardest problem about getting my neighbor to do certain things for me is he likes to debate with me he's old school. So he's like, why the heck do you want this? What do you want to do with this? Why are you doing this? So I just got to come up with something exciting. And I usually say it with a 6-pack of beer in my hand. And,
there you go.
easily convinced.
I mean, who wants a flooded house? That's why you're doing it.
Well,
Right?
yeah.
I mean,
Well, even with the Echo Bee, it was like, why do you want a smart thermostat? Just put this on the wall. It's good. I'm like, here's a 6-pack. Just change it.
yeah. I wish I had a plumber neighbor.
He's everything, but it's good.
So I wonder, you're saying that you used it to read. So like I have the one installed on the line, kind of like what Gavin's doing here with the flow meter, right? Flow installs like after the meter, but I kind of want to like read the meter. And like you said that the Flume device did that, but like I think Gavin, weren't you able to use like SDR to do this in the past, like a software defined radio?
Yes. So I have what's the name of it?
Is it like one of these little guys?
It's a SDR Nano or something like that. And our meters
it's got a big old antenna on it.
Yeah, I think mine's like it's like the Neptune R900 meter or something like that.
Yeah,
and it basically broadcasts the current reading out over SDR, and then the antenna plus the app and the integration of the Home Assistant decodes it into data, right? But what it does is it's not real time. So it broadcasts out the current reading of it, but sometimes it's in a minute, sometimes it's 7 minutes, sometimes I don't see a broadcast for like 15 minutes. And it's just the current water usage.
The current usage,
number on there, right? So then you have to translate. It's a little more difficult. So, but I still kind of got to pair that because this in Home Assistant only gives me the right now flow rate, right? So, if I still want to know, how much water I've used this month since the previous month, I use that other one to give me that. And I actually, between that and my electrical Emporia View, I can estimate my bills every month. I just look at it and I have a calculation and, I know how much my bill is going to be. Outside of all those other extra hidden costs they keep throwing on our bills, like the return water and all that other junk.
I'll check this out because the one I have is Newelec. It goes 25 megahertz to 1750 megahertz, so it's made for radio. But it looks like those particular meters in the state of Florida, it says at least, work in the 900 megahertz band range. So maybe. I gotta look at it.
Yeah, but also it depends on if the signal's encrypted or not, too, right? So what you have to
I gotta go dig the thing out and find out, like, if it's even one of these LTR things.
Or you could just look at the integration, and they have a list of all their devices.
Yeah.
Because you have to enable it, and then you can look up your device in there, and then you'll know if it'll work.
At some point, the grass grew over where the meter is, and I've got to go dig it out. So it's in there somewhere. The weeds took over that area. So
yeah, it's so crazy that your meter is in the ground because mine's inside like in a closet, but it's because we freeze here. So
yeah.
Like when we were talking about the Flume originally, I was like, I got to put it inside the house or whatever, and you're like, inside the house? Why is your water meter inside the house? And I was like, I don't know. Where's yours?
Yeah,
it's out by the street.
Our gas and our electric meters are outside. The water meter's inside for obvious reasons.
I mean, some states even put their electric panel outside, which I think is freaky.
Yeah, it's weird when, or it's in
I heard
garage.
some in Florida does, but I don't think I've ever seen that in Florida. Supposedly it's like Arizona or something.
It's done a lot in commercial buildings. They'll have it on the outside.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Like the actual electric panel?
I've seen it, yeah. Some some of the bigger electric panels will be outside. Especially on like commercial buildings where there's multiple tenants and there'll be sub panels inside. Yeah. Yep. Well, all right. I'm gonna have to investigate this because it's sitting on my desk, and I did plug this once in and run the software on my computer, and thought I was really smart by I was able to tune the radio in by sticking an antenna up on the ceiling there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like you can actually pick up radio signals and a little software to decode it. Yeah,
that's what I need to do because I have it hooked up to Home Assistant, but I only used it to read my gas meter. But I need to hook up to my computer and see what it finds.
Yeah,
because it finds like Honeywell sensors and stuff too. So I think one time it showed me my neighbor's door contacts.
That'd be a great integration. Hey, I saw you left today.
I could be like Gavin.
You didn't flush the toilet though. You should really wash your hands after you go to the bathroom.
I'm not shaking that guy's hand anymore.
I only see one bathroom event there,
All right. Well, cool, Gavin. TJ, what are you been up to?
Yeah, I've got a couple things. This week I noticed that one of my favorite apps on the Mac. So a couple years ago, I transitioned to Mac. One of the apps that I just found several months ago, I guess, it's called Menu Bar Controller for Sonos. And it's a little Sonos app. I don't know how much it costs. It was $5 or $10, but it just puts a little icon in the upper right hand corner of your Mac, and you click on it, and you can control all your Sonos. And unlike the actual Sonos app, it just works.
Does it give you ads for headphones?
It doesn't. And unlike the Sonos app, it just works every time.
Oh.
So, just like I just click on it and then I can adjust the audio settings for whatever I need pretty quickly. The Sonos app, if I need to start it from scratch, I have to, wait forever for it to open, then find my system. And then by that time, I'm already annoyed because I needed to turn, the speaker off that's next to my head while I'm doing a Zoom call with somebody. So this app is great. This week, they moved to something called AppLane. I don't know what AppLane is. It sounds like some kind of management company of some sort for apps. But they made the transition super easy. They're like, hey, look, this version of this app is going to stop working. You need to download this new version. You paid for it already, so use this coupon code when you download the new version. And I did just that, and it worked instantly. So shout out to Menu Bar Controller for Sonos.
So wait, so they moved to AppLane.
Yeah.
And, so did they buy them out or something? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know, Seth. I need to look into this because I just found out shortly before the show.
Oh, AppLane has a thing called Lid, which is full Sonos control from your Apple Watch.
Oh.
So all you do is, use Apple Watch to control your Sonos.
Yeah.
You can leave voice messages. That's pretty cool.
I need to look into this because I need to know who owns this now, if it's going to stay around. But another company that AppLane OU has on the app stores, Mobius Lawn Care Management.
Oh yeah. That's the same company I'm looking at here. They don't have what you're talking, the menu bar controller for Sonos on their website, but they have the other Mobius in action there. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
you can keep up with your lawn care business.
This is a fantastic app. I have to use third-party Sonos apps because for some reason the regular Sonos app still doesn't work well for me. I actually don't try it anymore, so it might be better now. But I kind of gave up 6 months ago when everything didn't work. So this is the one I use all the time, and then I use another one called Sonify, but not anymore because I transitioned to Android this week. People are freaking out right now.
Yeah, you're a green buddy.
I do the switch every 6 months or not 6 months. Every 6 months would be crazy. Every 6 years or so. I started off my cell phone journey in 2008 or so, and I got an Android phone. And I was on Android for the longest time, and I think iPhone 12 is when I went to iOS, and then now I'm back to Android. And I just switched because I was just bored. It's a phone, and sometimes when I use my phone, I want it to be a little exciting, and an iPhone is not exciting. It's a very reliable phone. It does exactly what it should, but it does what it should one way, and that's kind of it. And I just got a little bored with that. So I decided to sell my phone. I got a Samsung S25 Ultra because I wanted the stylus, right? I wanted the stylus because it'd be nice when I'm doing jobs. I can take photos and annotate them and draw on them and stuff. It's a little easier. I can do that with my finger.
Yeah.
But having a stylus is kind of nice for that kind of stuff. And I have an iPad with a stylus. But it's obnoxious to hold up a 13-inch iPad and take a photo and draw on it. It's a little easier to do with your phone, You
look like a tourist, dude. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's a little weird. And the iPad Pro, it's big iPad, but it doesn't really have the best camera anyway. My phone has a much better camera, so I decided to get the S25 Ultra. But joke's on me because it's Samsung, and I just had nothing but problems with it. It froze up quite a bit. I had to find an AirTag alternative because we have 20 AirTags at this point. And I still have, a Mac and all this stuff, so I can still use the AirTags. But I was like, well, I need to, the keys, the keys in the wallet. I should get whatever the Android equivalent to AirTags are, so I can quickly find them if I need to. And so I picked up some Samsung tags, and it was, great price, four for $50. And I set them up with the SmartThings app, which is a dumpster fire, by the way. And it let me set up the AirTag or the smart tags, but it wouldn't let me like continue on the application. It was just like, all right, you got them set up, but if you want to update them, I don't know what to tell you, because it would not let me continue on the screen or anything. So it just like there was just like several problems with it, and this is like a $1,400 phone.
True.
And I was like, all right, well, because obviously you got to get the upgraded storage, and
Right.
you got to buy the warranty for it because I go caseless now. And so it was like $1,400. And so on the 14th day when my return ended, I took it back to Best Buy, and I bought a temporary phone that I'll eventually return to. Don't tell Best Buy. I got a Pixel 9a, but I did the pre-order for the Pixel 10 Pro XL. So that launched this week for pre-order, and I bought it. It'll be here some point in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. So I'm excited. The Pixel seems pretty nice. This 9a is actually really nice. It's their super discount phone, but it feels nice. It feels good in the hand. It feels nice and fast. It's basically the Android iPhone experience. So
yeah. Google has always done a good job of making the flagship phones.
Yeah.
Work really nice. Like Apple's. I think Apple is really known for the fit and finish of the product. And for the most part, other manufacturers have caught up with how they're putting their phones together these days. Just because that's the whole thing. Like Apple, I guess that's kind of one of the interesting things about Apple when they went to China. It's like China let them set up shop, but like they had to train everybody, and so they literally trained everybody and to make the phones and how to make them, all that stuff. It's a fascinating story. So like now there's all these really smart people over there and know how to make these phones really, really well. And so like you get a ton of other like Samsung. Is Google using LG or something like that? I think they use LG to.
I don't know who they're using.
I thought it was LG. I don't know. But anyway, that said, you have all these factories over there that know how to make phones really well now. So like the product quality of all of them has kind of gone up. So you're just kind of relying on software, and honestly, the software is kind of the same these days anyway. Like the Facebook experience on Android is probably no different than what it is on iPhone, and kind of like browsing the web, pretty much the same. You're going from Safari or Chrome over to Chrome or whatever, so it really doesn't matter that much.
Yeah, and I've never like fully transitioned away from Google products anyway, just because Google products, I can use them anywhere.
Yeah.
So like I use Gmail, I use Google Docs, and so all that stuff is like natural anyway. There's a couple apps that I use that actually irritate me, like my work software, House Call Pro. They do not have a native Android app. It's just a web wrapper, and it's awful. So it's like, well, now I just want to transition away from this software. But it's like, which is what I wanted to do anyway. So that might push that initiative now because they don't have like a native Android app now.
No.
So there'll be some changes coming up in that regard. Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, so I ordered the Pixel 10 Pro XL Moonstone. Ooh, that's a 512 gig. I got it on Google Fi. And what they do is I ended up getting like $100 off and a couple other coupons. So I got the phone for under $1,000, so a little better than the S25 Ultra. And if I put it onto Google Fi, which I plan to do as a secondary SIM card, they basically give me like $20 bill credits per month over 24 months, which basically makes Google Fi free for me. Because I have a primary SIM card through AT&T, but I like to have a backup for if I'm traveling and I need internet service and AT&T doesn't have internet service, then I can rely on the secondary SIM card. And Google Fi uses AT&T and T-Mobile.
This phone looks just like an iPhone.
I was gonna say the same thing. I was like, I thought it was an iPhone, like at first, and then I'm like, oh, Gemini, this is an iPhone.
Yeah,
it looks just like an iPhone.
Yeah, except they really like if you couldn't see the Google logo or whatever, and I think the
camera.
The rumors are that the cameras are going to change to be similar for Apple products now. Like this is, it looks like an iPhone. Like the front of it for sure, and the sides look just like an iPhone.
What doesn't?
Yeah. How many? There's only so many ways to make a glass brick with the battery inside of it.
I do get 1 year of Google AI Pro, which I don't know what that means yet, so I'll have to look into that. Normally $20 a month. This leads into my next problem, though. So, because why not have more problems? I placed as soon as the phone was announced, I basically placed the pre-order for it, but I didn't realize that Google sent me a coupon code for $100 off. And so I was like, oh, crap. So I went to go contact Google. And at the time, obviously it had just launched. And so the queue was 550 people for online support. So I just like gave up. I was like, I'll just cancel the phone. And when I canceled the phone, it canceled my Google One subscription, which I use anyway to share across all of my family members for, Google Drive storage. So we have 2 terabytes of storage. And I'm using personally, I'm using 700 gigs. And so Google started yelling at me and it's like, you're out of storage. And I was like, I am not out of storage, Google. I have 2 terabytes of storage and I'm nowhere close. And I was like, no, you have until September 15th to up your storage or we're going to delete your stuff. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. What's going on? When I canceled my pre-order and ordered the new phone, the Google AI Pro subscription canceled as well, even though it's not supposed to apply to your account until you activate the phone. And so when I canceled the pre-order, I was like, well, you don't have this subscription anymore. And so it canceled that. So I had to apply my subscription until I get my phone, and then I can activate it again, which then at that point I get a year for free or something. So
I have to admit, those phones, they look good. They look good.
Right?
The OS is looking so much better. I've always been curious about it, but I got so much tied up into my iOS. For me to switch over, there's just too much going on that I'm kind of tied to.
Get you locked in.
Yeah, I should start looking at delocking myself from. That's a new term, but unlocking. Ways to migrate off of it. So if it's iOS only, let me find alternatives and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, that's the problem, right? Is because now I'm more in bed with Apple than I've ever been. I have a Mac Mini that I'm recording the podcast on. I have a MacBook Air that I carry around. I have 20 AirTags. I have an Apple TV, and so, but I don't really do anything with my phone that I need those devices to sync it with. I text on my computer, but I can do that with Google Messages on the web now. I can use a third-party app to control my Apple TV, which is annoying because Apple should just release an Apple TV app for Android. But, so there's certain annoyances there. But it hasn't been terrible so far. And I don't use AirPlay for the most part and stuff. So
that's big for us. That's
that doesn't matter to me. One of the things I was annoyed about though is that look at this this nice jade green phone they have. They have this available. One of the things I don't like about Pro phones is they never release them in interesting colors. It's always black and silver and gray and some kind of white. But they released this jade green Pixel. It's like a light green.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It looks pretty nice. I wanted it though, but it only comes in 256 gigs. It doesn't come in 512. So I couldn't order it because I wanted 512.
Kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's literally just one size. That's it. But whatever.
This is why you can't have nice things.
But yeah, that's my phone update saga. It'll end in a couple weeks when I get my new phone, hopefully, or not.
They have a foldy one too.
They do. Supposedly the first one with water resistance. Honestly, if you have not seen the Samsung Fold, I think it's the 7, the newest one, you should, next time you're at a Best Buy, go to the Samsung display, walk up to the Samsung Fold 7, and just look at how thin it is. It is crazy. I don't understand how it's even possible. In a couple years, foldables are going to be very, very thin. But it's crazy how thin it is now. I'd like to see the Pixel Fold in person.
Yeah, I mean, this one looks thin too. I mean, it's doubled, but it looks almost as thin as the normal phone because it's got the wide camera bump on it. But man, it folds out. It's like a big square. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. Very cool. 8-inch actual flex. What's weird, I think, is these are going to be I've gotten used to that nice glass feel that I scratch up, and now it'll be a plastic thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I will scratch the heck out of that for sure.
Yeah,
I'm not excited about that.
And they're just so expensive.
I'm not a clean person. I live in the sand, evidently.
Well, that's
everything
true.
Scratches and gets dirty. So, I don't. This type of phone would not survive.
Yeah, this Galaxy Fold 7, $2,000 MSRP.
Yeah, well, they've got
for $256.
$1,800. Yeah, $1,800 for this one. So yeah, it will be interesting. The rumors are Apple is coming out with one too, and I guess they've started to lock down that folding technology where it doesn't the crease doesn't show too much, or the screen's nice and the crease doesn't kick in until it's been around for a while. So I don't know. I've kind of gotten used to the glass screen, so I don't know if I'd ever move to that. But
yeah,
we'll see.
Well, and it's one of those things too, where it's like that it's going to die at some point, right? Like, a normal phone, like obviously you're going to update it or upgrade it, and you're going to get rid of it and all that good stuff. But this one, like it has a finite lifespan because that screen is 100% going to break at some point.
Yep. Well, there's two screens too, I think, right? There's one on the front, and then it's got the big one that folds out.
And they actually fixed my issue with foldables. Like the original ones had like this much smaller screen and stuff, but like the new foldables, you can use the front screen as like a normal phone, and you can use the phablet mode, as they used to call it.
Phablet,
phone tablet. It like for more serious things, like if you're watching videos or something like that. So.
What square videos now? It's kind of a weird aspect ratio there on this one, but well, it's cool. It's an interesting piece of technology. It is, like you said, it is getting thin. So it's only a matter of time until these start to pop up everywhere in good quality. So you can get these in a terabyte, TJ. Come on. Why are you topping out at 512?
Yeah, I don't need that much storage. I'm not that rich either. 512 is definitely more than I need. I could definitely get away with 256, like if I just deleted things, but I'm part of the never delete gang. So.
Oh yeah, I don't delete anything.
I have Google Photos and stuff, but I need like 200 gigs of photos on my phone at any time. So that way, if anybody asks me a random question about something, I can pull it up.
My wife was arguing with me. It's like, you deleted something off the calendar. I'm like, no. It's like, no, you deleted.
It's like, me.
I don't delete anything. The calendar deleted something off the calendar. I don't delete anything. And it took, like, I kept to say it over and over again. Like, I literally, like, I looked up a meeting that I was in around 7 or 8 years ago on the calendar event, because I knew about what time of the year it was in. But it's kind of funny. Like, anyway, so this thing is 3 inches wide. Let's see. The depth is 0.4 inches folded, and then that compared to the phone you bought, 0.3 inches. Mm-hmm. So, wow, it is. And then unfolded 0.2. So it folds in half, but that makes sense. But yeah, that is so thin. Wow.
If you want to have a little bit of a cringe, you should watch the Google event, though, where they released these new phones, because they had Jimmy Fallon host it.
Oh, God.
And it was one of the most awkward exchanges I've ever seen on a product release.
I wanted to say that so much, like
so awkward.
The whole event felt really cringe to me about certain things, right? Like,
yeah, it's like one of those things where like you couldn't tell if he was just super awkward and didn't know what to do, or if he was actually like stoned or something.
I think he was just trying to act more enthusiastic. He was just trying to really act enthusiastic. I've seen posts on X and stuff where people mentioned that there were actually applause signs, and they were told when the signs light up to applaud and stuff like that. Sense. So they kind of made it like, I don't know. It felt too
like The Late Show or something.
Yeah, it felt a little too forced. I wasn't a fan of it. They made the products look good though. They hyped them up. It was nice seeing some of the Steph Curry, Antetokounmpo was on there. It was nice seeing some of my basketball stars on there, but I don't know that there are times when I was just like, why do you say that? Or,
the whole thing was awkward. So I couldn't even watch it. I just waited for the summary to come out.
I watched the whole thing. It was pretty good. Like I said, it made their devices look really good. And I would probably grab one, but I'm too iOS dependent.
You have to wait for the folding iOS thing to come out in a couple of years.
I don't know if I'd get a folding phone. A coworker has one right now, and it's all right, but I mean, I don't know.
It's not for me. Yeah. I get too much dirt in my pockets and whatever. It's not bad. Like all of a sudden I find out like I have dirt and sandpaper in my pockets. I have no idea.
I still have to clean the lint out of the ports, like now you're adding folds in there that I got to clean out. No.
There's no way these phones are going to survive with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Guys, you're not going to believe this, but I started another project.
No.
Okay. This is the finished project section.
No. This is an ongoing thing. This is going to be fun. So I saw Greg actually complaining about this in our Slack channel, where he was talking about how he's trying to get his kids out in the morning, and he put announcements on. I guess there was a feature in Google Home called Google. Oh, what was it? It was a useful thing that lets you set up reoccurring alerts that would just play over the Google speakers, because as you're having your kids get ready in the morning, like you want them to know that it's time to go now. You got 5 minutes left, 10 minutes left, whatever. Well, of course, like everything nice, Google killed it. So it doesn't work anymore with the new Google Home ecosystem. So he said he was able to vibe code up a solution for that. And it got me thinking, like, now that my daughter's riding the bus, I kind of have this app that they have called Where's the Bus? And it's not an app. It's just a web page that you go to. And even on the phone, it's a web page that you go to. It's awful. I put a screenshot there and for you guys to take a look at, and you can see like how awful it looks. But it tells you, it actually does a really good job telling you where the bus actually is and how long it's, it doesn't tell you an ETA. I have whatever feature that is where it says ETA, it says no ETA. That's broken. It's never changed. It doesn't even matter. But I know, like, by looking at it about how long it's going to take, just because, I drive roads in this area, I know about how long it's going to take from it to get point A to the stop that's near our house. And I can say, well, we better go now because we're going to be late for the bus if you don't get your shoes on and walk out the door right now. And I've decided to code an integration for that, and I got kind of far with this, and so like you're gonna be surprised. Like this is my first foray, I guess, whatever it is, into Home Assistant programming stuff.
Oh,
so yeah, not a Control 4 driver, but I wanted to yell through Home Assistant somehow and make events and that kind of thing.
And not ugly like the hot dog theme stand.
No, well, it's a form that's it's on Home Assistant. So, I reversed engineered their API and figuring out a bunch of stuff, but it's working sort of. So I'm gonna start tinkering with that and playing with it. Maybe I'll publish it one of these days. So yeah, the project started officially. Yell at my kid. I don't know if this would be useful for anybody else. I have no idea. This app looks like it's horrible. And I guess they do have a number of schools. When I was signing up, there were a bunch of school districts that use it. So maybe it'll be useful for somebody else. But I'm sorry if they have to use this. The app is awful. And it doesn't send you alert saying the bus is like nearby. My wife is like, I'm not getting any alerts from the app. I'm like, I don't think you get anything from the app. It doesn't tell you anything. It just tells you where the bus is.
Yeah. I mean, that seems like good enough. You know what I mean?
I mean, it is, but you have to load this ugly app every time. And it does work on the web. The web interface is the same as the app. So thanks for doing that, app people, because I was able to inspect the network traffic and get your API junk. So
I've done that before. A lot of those apps without integrations, you can just inspect and grab the API call. They have to have calls back, right? Figuring out the authentication can be a little difficult at times, but after you get by that
was the roughest part because the way I've got to figure out a way around that because it does have a reCAPTCHA, like basically to block automated logins or whatever. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to get around that yet. I know there's a lot of integrations with Home Assistant that open up a browser window, let you log in, and then somehow capture that information back. And I haven't investigated that too much, but I was able to get it working in a development environment, but I've got to figure out how that works in the Home Assistant environment too. So we'll see. Maybe I will figure it. Maybe I won't, but if I don't, then I can't publish it. But it would be nice to be able to like share it with people. Because like once you get past the authentication, it doesn't log you out. I found in their code that after like 15 or 20 polls on the system, then it's like, yeah, you've been here too long, time out the application. And I'm like, well, if I just take that out, then they just always say logged in. So there you go. Just repeatedly poll their API for where the bus is. And I honestly only need it a couple times during the day. In the morning, in the afternoon, I need to know like when to kind of leave my house to go pick up my daughter. And I've got this big siren here, so maybe I'll start using that in the mornings. plug it in the house and then like, it's time to go. And just have it play something. So
finally a use for the AI horn.
Yeah. Maybe you just got to finish this project up, guys. It's going to happen. Home Assistant. It's where it's at. Python programming. Yay. All right. Well, that's it for me. You guys got anything else?
That's it.
All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap up this week. We do want to give a big thank you to everyone listening to the show, but especially give a big thanks out to those who are able to financially support the show through our Patreon page. If you don't know about the Patreon page, head on over to HomeTech.fm/support to learn how you can become a supporter of the show for as little as $1 a month. Any pledge over $5 a month gets you a big shout out here on the show, but every single pledge will get you an invite over to our private Slack chat, the Hub, where you and other patrons of the show can gather in there and talk to Greg about his awesome integrations and how he and I are trying to get our kids out the door. And it's his school. Please leave. Please get your shoes on. Please hurry the F up and get it. Why are you not dressed? Come on. Every single morning. Don't know why. Wakes up plenty of time. You guys ever taken 45 minutes solid to eat a bowl of cereal?
Nope.
It happens. The cereal's too soggy by that point. I don't get it. Anyway.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of it then.
I know, right? Start it.
The milk's warm. I mean, what are you gonna do with it?
Start over.
Make yogurt, I guess.
Oh, that's another 50 minutes. All right. If you can't support financially, totally understand. We just appreciate a 5-star review and positive rating in the podcast app of your choice. That's going to wrap up another week here on HomeTech. Everybody have a great weekend, and we will see you next week.
Till next time.
Take care.